Hello everyone, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel, and today we're taking a look at the Truglo Fiber-Optic Pro competition handgun sights for the CZ75. So I expect that to include the CZ75, 85, and SP-01. I'm not sure if that includes the compacts like the CZ75 Compact or the P-01, so I'm just going to assume it's for the 75, 85, and SP-01. It also says it excludes PCR, Rami, what is that, the Omega and TS Checkmate models. So I gotta keep this tilted, or else if I don't, then the camera does something weird with the color. So I have my CZ85. Let's just safety check that while we're here. I was pretty happy with it. I just didn't care for the sights. They're not bad. I just thought they could be a little better. So there are the old sights. That's the rear sight. These are luminescent, not night sights. And there is the front sight. You know, it's an okay sight picture. But I thought maybe we could do a little better. So I got these sights, and they are already installed in the gun. So we have the rear sight here. Has a little bit of a ledge to it, I guess for one-handed, racking. It's kind of a blacked out rear sight. A little tall. And then you have the front sight. And you have the front sight right there. So you have the fiber optic. There's no night sight. There's no tritium in these sights. These are strictly fiber optic at the front, blacked out in the rear. Originally, it came with the red one installed. I didn't care for that, so I decided to install the yellow one. It took me a couple of tries, and I didn't realize exactly how you're supposed to install these fiber optics. Basically, what you do is you put the fiber optic insert. It'll just slide right in there with no resistance. Then you snip it off a little bit in the back, snip it off a little bit in the front, and you literally take like a lighter or some kind of flame and you melt it on both sides. And that's what holds it in place. And I did not know all that. Now I do. Came with the red. I installed the yellow. I do prefer that. It comes with all this stuff. Looks like, I think this is some kind of reflector that goes underneath the fiber optic, and you can replace that. Interesting. I feel like it's not focusing well. How can I get this to focus? Autofocus. I'm trying to show it, but the camera doesn't really want to pick it up as well. I think it can. Anyway, like I said, blacked out rear, front fiber optic, and it comes with either yellow, green, or red. I went with yellow. So the gun's fine, but how did it perform with these new sights? That's the question. So I do have a test target here. This is 7 yards, pretty tight. 10 yards, one in the bullseye. Not sure exactly what I did there. I see 3. I wonder if these two are 2 in the same hole. 15 yards. These are all 5-shot groups. So one hit the bullseye, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. 15 yards. One is just off the target, unless this is a double hit. This is 2 right next to each other. And then let's see, 25 yards. For 25 yards, that's not the worst target. But I do have one. Sorry, the tripod. I do have one major problem with these sights. They look fine. The sight picture themselves is fine, especially with that yellow fiber optic sight. However, for whatever reason, this prints low, and basically you need what's called a combat hold. You need to put the front sight directly on top of the target, not underneath it. Put the front sight directly on top of it. And at 15, 20, 25 yards, especially 25 yards, your front sight is basically eclipsing the target itself. And I really got to give that a demerit, because that means, well, I just feel that doesn't lend itself to good accuracy. If these are competition pro handgun sights, do you really want to be eclipsing or obscuring your target with your front sight? I would say no. I would say that's not a good thing. I don't know why it does that. I don't know if maybe just this particular example of firearm. However, I will note that with my CZ85, with the original sights, for all I didn't like about them, I thought they were kind of small. I thought they were really not a lot of contrast. They did work, and they were regulated very well. Oh, it's backwards. I didn't even notice it. They were regulated very well from the factory. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that. I'm not sure if I want to put the old sights back on. I think I'll leave them on for a while, see how I feel. If I really don't like them, maybe I'll put something else on or put the originals back on. So for its intended purpose as competition handgun sights, I'll give you a look at the back. I think that's the, what is that? That's the product number, TG132CZ. For its intended purpose as, competition sights, I really can't recommend them because they do, at least on my example, print low and force you to obscure the target with the combat hold, and I don't think it's good. So not a recommended option from me. Maybe your experience will vary. And I think that will pretty much do it because the CZ85 still is a pretty nice gun. Still works. Nothing's really changed about the gun, just the sights. I changed the sights out. I think I'll be looking at other options. I'll probably be putting something else on here. Because there's no adjustment. Maybe there was some adjustment in there. I could have done something with that, but I can't. So that'll be it. This is Steven from the Even Steven channel. Take a look at these Truglo fiber-optic sights. Not recommended from what I could tell because I don't like how they print so low. And on the test target, I just compensate. I just put the front side on top of the target, and that's how I was able to get those groups. But like I said, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel. Thank you. Please do all that like, share, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.